Hey guys, it's Ashley with Baby Wearing International in Knoxville, and today I'm going to talk to you about stretchy wraps. These are a great beginner wrap if you have a little baby. They are super snuggly and you can do really comfy little front carries with them. They're great for newborns. They do hit a point where they're not supportive enough for bigger babies because they're so stretchy. So they're weight tested up to 35 pounds. That does not mean that you should wear it that long. So just use your discretion what feels comfortable for you. My 5-month-old is already over 20 pounds. If I wore him in this for very long, he'd probably be to my knees practically. But I'm going to show you guys how to use the stretchy wrap. So there's 2 front carries that you can do with this. There's the front wrap cross carry and the pocket wrap cross carry, which is the most popular and common variation of a stretchy wrap carry. You cannot do back carries with this because of the stretchiness. Your baby could lean backward easily in it and fall out, so they are not recommended for back carries. You'd want to move to a woven wrap for that. But the only exception to that is the Wrapsody Hybrid Stretch, because it only stretches one way versus both ways, so you can do back carries with that one. But anyway, so with these we're going to do poppable carries, which means they're wrapped and tied onto our body before we put our baby in. It's a little tricky to get the hang of how tight or how loose to have it in order to get your baby in, which tends to be a complaint among other people. So I'm going to show you some tips for how to tighten it up after you get your baby in. We're going to start, I'm using my Moby wrap. I've had this since my firstborn was born and he's almost 6. So anyway, I have the middle marker at my chest. I like to sometimes pin it under my chin to keep it in place. And then what I'm going to do is actually just grab the top rail, the top hem of this with my right hand and swing it around my back underneath this arm to the left shoulder. And this just helps so that I don't get it twisted and it's nice and spread across my back, and this is what's going to keep it comfortable for long-term use. And again, I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. So top hem in my left hand, underneath my arm, swing it around to my right shoulder. And then once we get here, you want to gather up the straps to sit on top of your shoulders like this. So now I have a nice little pocket right here for my baby. I want a little bit of room for him to get him in there, and I want to kind of slide it down a little bit for now. Then I'm going to put, this is pocket wrap cross carry, I'm going to put those straps inside the pocket and then cross them. Again, you don't want to twist the fabric because we want everything really nice and spread evenly, and twisting it would make it really uncomfortable. So now you can see I have a little X on my front. Again, I want room so I can get my baby in. If you have a newborn, you don't need as much room. If you have a bigger baby, you need a lot of room. And then I'm going to tie off behind me. I'm going to grab my baby. Come here, dude. Hi. Alright. And now you're going to do this the same way whether you have a little baby or a big baby. You're going to put your baby into these crosses. So I'm going to start with the inside cross, the cross that's closest to my body. I'm going to put my baby up on my shoulder like I'm burping him. And then I like to reach through this fabric so I can help guide his foot. And I'm just going to slide him on down into that cross pass. And then same thing on this side, I kind of shift his weight, put my hand through this cross pass, and sit him in the cross pass. Now we're going to spread this. What are you doing? We're going to, uh-oh, you dropped your rattle. We're going to spread this first inside pass over his back. So we want to spread it so that it's going from one knee to the other knee. And then same thing on the other side. So I kind of hold on to this side closest to his knee so that it stays put, and then just pull this across his body. Okay? And now I'm going to tuck his feet into that pouch, and the outside pocket, which is why it's pocket wrap cross carry, is just really for a reinforcement basically. So He's actually really nice and snug in this, but if I needed to tighten it up at all, if he was too loose, all I would do is just pull the slack and kind of walk it around. Pull the slack and walk it around. And it would end up back at this back knot, my extra slack. And then I would just loosen it and retie. Same idea if he was too tight. I could loosen this knot and I could just do a little bounce like this, gently, especially with a little baby. And he would be a little bit lower. All right, so we want baby high enough to kiss. If you have it too tight, your baby might be right up in your face. He's a little high, but he's also a big guy. You don't want the baby really low. You want the baby close enough that you could kiss the top of baby's head. And you want this fabric really nice and snug across baby's back. If it's too loose, baby's gonna curl up and can affect their breathing if they're curled up that way. Their chin can fall down on their chest. So we want their back nice and supported. We want their chin off their chest. He's sitting in that nice M position where his knees are higher than his butt. And this is pocket wrap cross carry. Now, for a front wrap cross carry, so to take him out, I'm just unspreading everything and popping him out. For the front wrap cross carry, I'm gonna sit you down for just a minute, okay? It's really just the same idea, except your crosses are going to go on the outside instead of on the inside. Your baby's actually going to sit in the pocket. So this is another option as well. So for this one, I would actually just tie it, wrap it onto this point and not tie it. Yeah, what are you picking up off the floor? Okay. Again, put him up on my shoulder, reaching through that fabric. Slide him on down. Oh, grabbing my face. And then you're going to sit him in that little pouch this time. Come here, squirm butt. Do you want your ravel back? Where'd it go? There it is. There you go. Okay. And so I'm going to tuck that fabric up underneath him. I'm going to pull out any extra slack that there is. And then I'm going to spread this pass on this side, spread it across his body, underneath this leg. And this across his body and under that leg and tie it. Oh, good. Alright, so this is front wrap cross carry. You can also have this one without the passes spread, but with the stretchiness of the wrap, it would probably be better to have it spread out. Now, a lot of people ask about nursing in a stretchy wrap. And what are you doing? Whether you have your baby in pocket wrap cross carry or front wrap cross carry, I find it easiest when they're little to lay them down in that pouch. So whether the crosses are close to your body or whether the pouch is in front of your body, I usually just take his legs and shift him over like this. Lay him down, make sure this fabric is in between the two of us. And I still have to kind of hold his head. If I hadn't untied, this would all be tied up. Grab that. So this is tied in the back. All right, so now he's at a position where I could feed him, either nurse him or bottle feed him in this cradle position. And then after that, I would just put him back up the way that he was, tummy to tummy. And usually when you're doing that much finagling with this wrap, it gets loose really easily, so you're gonna want to tighten everything back up really well and tie it. So those are the two variations of the stretchy wrap, pocket wrap cross carry and front wrap cross carry. Try them out. Hope you enjoy. Let us know if you have any questions. Thanks.